Hi everyone and welcome back to my channel. My name is Mikayla and today I have 3 different chickpea recipes for you. If chickpeas aren't your thing, don't worry, next week I'll have another video with some sausage, shrimp, and ground turkey. But this week I have a Chickpea Orzo, buffalo chickpea wraps, and a chickpea curry recipe. Okay, let's go ahead and get started. You can check the description box below for specific amounts of each ingredient, but for the Chickpea Orzo recipe I have some chopped onion, garlic, roughly chopped kale, salt, mixed peppercorns, olive oil, chickpeas, chicken broth, tomato sauce, orzo, grated Parmesan cheese, and basil leaves. I've added olive oil to a 3-quart pan on medium-high heat. Now I'm going to add the onions and let that saute for 3 minutes. It's been 3 minutes and I'm getting some browning on my onions. I'm going to add the orzo, garlic, and season with some salt and pepper. And I'll have that cook for about a minute or so, and then I'll start adding the other ingredients. Now I'm going to add the tomato sauce, chicken broth, and chickpeas. I'll bring this to a boil and then I'll cover it and simmer for about 10 minutes. You'll want to stir frequently throughout the 10 minutes to make sure the orzo does not stick to the bottom of the pan. Now I'm going to add the kale and just let that cook down a bit. It's been just a couple of minutes to let the kale cook down a little bit, and at this point it's ready to serve. Each person can add Parmesan cheese, basil, and any additional pepper and salt to their taste, and we've gone ahead and served it with a side of salad. This is a pretty quick 15-minute dinner. For the buffalo chickpea wraps, I have some flour tortillas that are 8 inches in size. I have 30 ounces of chickpeas. For the chickpeas, we're going to need 2 tablespoons of olive oil, a teaspoon of garlic powder, some salt and pepper to taste, as well as a 1/3 cup of buffalo sauce. And for the toppings, we'll have some ranch, about 1/4 cup of chopped red onion, some hummus, a small tomato that we'll chop up, and some lettuce. The first thing I've done is rinse my chickpeas. I'll give them a moment to dry by measuring out the buffalo sauce, garlic, and chopping up the tomato. Okay, I've turned my pan onto a medium heat. I'm going to go ahead and add the 2 tablespoons of olive oil. Alright, I'm going to add the chickpeas. Okay, it's been 4 minutes. I did stir a couple times during those minutes. Now I'm just going to add some salt and pepper to taste, along with the buffalo and garlic powder. Now I'll let this cook for another 5 minutes. Okay, I've stirred this a few times in the 5 minutes. Okay, the 5 minutes is up. I'm going to take this off the heat and get some wraps in the microwave to warm up a little bit. The first thing I'll add is some hummus. Then I'll add lettuce. Now I'll add some chickpeas. We'll usually have 2 wraps for dinner and then maybe enough for one more for one of us to have lunch the next day. If it's just yourself, you could always do a 15-ounce can, or I've even seen some 20-ounce cans as well. And that is the buffalo chickpea wrap. For today's chickpea curry, you're going to need about a 20-ounce can of chickpeas, a 6-ounce can of tomato paste, 2 tablespoons of olive oil, half a teaspoon of salt, half a teaspoon of ground turmeric, a teaspoon of coriander, a teaspoon of cumin, and the cayenne pepper and parsley flakes will be to taste. I also am going to need 3 cloves of garlic and a slice of lemon. I have my pan on a medium heat. I'm going to go ahead and add the garlic. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and turn the heat down to low. I'm going to add the spices in and get these started. Half a teaspoon of turmeric, teaspoon of coriander, teaspoon of cumin, a little sprinkle of cayenne. Okay, I just gave the spices a couple seconds on their own. Now I am adding the tomato, half a teaspoon of salt. At this point I have stirred the tomato paste around, so I'm going to add in the water. So now that I've added the water, I'm going to go ahead and stir it around. I'm going to turn this up to a higher heat because I want to get it to start working towards a boil. Once it's boiling, we'll have the chickpeas in there and we'll continue to cook it for 10 minutes on a medium-high heat with a cover on. I'm going to go ahead and add the chickpeas. I wanted to see a little bit more liquid in there while I was going to have it cooked down, so I did go ahead and add in another 6 ounces of water. I just used that tomato paste can to get that in there. Now that I have a little bit more liquidy, I'm less worried about it burning. I'm going to go ahead and squeeze the lemon in. At this point, you can add any additional cayenne pepper and any parsley to taste as well. Hi guys, I hope you enjoyed learning the recipes in today's video. Please let me know in the comments down below which one you're most excited to try. Next week I will post another video on Thursday, so make sure you stay tuned and subscribe.